Hello guys. I hope everybody's week is off to a good start. It's Tuesday, I think. I wonder, for those of you who have dogs, do any of you sing to your dogs? I mean, like build to opera singing. Oh my gosh. It gets a little bit crazy with the songs I make up. So, as I said, hope everybody is having a good week. We're going to, I usually call it Unchanged Sparrow. We're going to take her down a little bit more to a diaper and bib so that I can appreciate some of her finer aspects of her amazing sculpting and painting, and really appreciate the fullness of awesome that the full body silicones bring. I don't know if she's available or not, but I know that there is a Nova that Pearl from Happiness Nursery just painted and rooted, that's been up on her Instagram lately. Super cute. I know that there were a couple of you who wanted a Nova sculpt, and I know a couple of you who had wanted Nova had gotten her. But anyway, I thought I would share. So we're gonna do, I think we're gonna do a fun little survey. And let's see if I can remember my questions. Now here's my disclaimer, in case it doesn't become somewhat evident as we go through my questions, that it's a little tongue-in-cheek. I'm making a point. And I don't feel a need to share the point that I'm making other than the one that will be self-evident. So we'll get there. Let's get her changed. Look at her. I'm going to see if I can scoot her diaper up just a little bit. Oh! Well, there goes that one. Luckily, I have a backup. This is an Honest Diaper size one, just plain white diaper, and let's see how I do. If I cut this video, you'll know that I failed at covering her. I think we did all right. Oh, but I did it backwards. Let's see. I do that a lot. Put the diaper on backwards. I can't find her cloth diaper. I only have one, and I can't find it right now. I'm not sure. You know, like I come across it. Oh, I bet you it's in her bed. Oh well. We've used this one now. We're not going to waste it. All right, so our poll. Let me think for a second. It's done. All right, so let me count for a second. Let's go through it. Let's count on Sparrow's fingers. I'm going to count the dolls that I have had, just me, not dolls I've purchased for my stepdaughter or anybody else. Okay. She's got a hair. Norman Walker, Niklaus, Ellie Sue, who was my, oh goodness, Penelope May, Annie Brewster, Keanu, Mishka, Charlie, Silas, Cricket, Lestat. Okay, is that everybody? I think that's my Reborns, plus one on the way. That's 11. That's 12 if you count Sparrow. So let's subtract the one I don't have yet. So that's 11 with Sparrow. That's 10 vinyl Reborns. Currently in my possession, I have 3 vinyl Reborns. Oh, and Ronan. That's 11 vinyl Reborns, and I have 3. So that means that I've sold 8. I've been collecting for 2 years. Question number 1. Am I a Reborn doll collector? Can I be considered a Reborn doll collector? That's question number 1. Question number 2. Have you ever seen my dolls on someone else's channel or Instagram? But let's stick with YouTube. Have you ever seen my dolls on someone else's channel? Question number 3. Have you seen all of my dolls that I don't have anymore on someone else's YouTube channel? Have you seen all of my dolls on other people's channels that I no longer have in my collection? Question number 4. If you have answered no to question number 2 or question number 3, do you think that those dolls, A, actually exist? If you believe they exist. B, do you think that I really sold them or gifted them? Or not? Because remember, you haven't seen them. C, do you think I'm hiding them somewhere? What do you think? Question number 5, I think. 5 or 6. I always lose count when I do these videos. If someone has sold dolls, but you've never seen where the dolls ended up, or they've claimed that they've sold dolls, but you've never seen where they ended up, do you think that A, they have a dolly graveyard somewhere out back? Or do you think B, maybe they're eating them? Or C, none of the above? And question number next. Do you think that you have seen every Reborn YouTube channel that there is to see in the online community? Do you think that you have seen every Reborn channel that exists in the Reborn community? I guess that would allow you to answer the earlier questions in my survey. What do you think? You think you've seen them all? Next question, question number, insert number. If I had been collecting for a little while and 6 months ago or so, let's just say about 6 months ago, I didn't know how to cut a zip tie or any other kind of dolly maintenance, would you consider me an authority in the Reborn doll collecting community? If 6 or so months ago I didn't know how to cut a zip tie or do other kinds of dolly adjustments, maintenance, reweighting, would you consider me an authority in the Reborn community? Next question. And this is not a new question. How many dolls does someone have to have what percentage of their dolls do they have to keep of the total number of dolls they've purchased? And how long do they have to keep each doll to be considered an actual Reborn collector? What do you think? And final question. Do you have to be on YouTube to be a real Reborn doll collector? Are all Reborn collectors on YouTube, or otherwise they are not real Reborn collectors? Or part B of that question, if you said no, what percentage of doll collectors, Reborn doll collectors, do you think are on YouTube? Is it the majority? And that concludes our Reborn doll community YouTube survey. So please feel free to leave your answers in the comments down below. And if you happen to answer differently than the majority of people, or if you feel that there's some real merit to some of the what may seem ridiculous answer options, particularly at the beginning of this survey, inquiring minds want to know. I would love to hear from you. And if the questions rile you up, I would love to hear from you, because I seek to understand other people and to develop my natural ability, my already natural inclination towards empathy. And there are just certain perspectives and motivations that I have a hard time understanding, no matter how hard I try. So please, if you have an outside perspective that differs from what I think is obviously my perspective on these things, please reach out. Inquiring minds want to know. So there's little Miss Sparrow. I tried to give you some different angles to look at. Show her little body. Beautiful girl. Yeah, so I think that's all we have for you today. I had a really, really good laugh this morning on some things that I heard had been floating around. I know that there's always a lot of talk, or there's not always a lot of talk, but from time to time, someone will pop up and say that if you sell dolls, you're not a real collector. If you only have $1, you're not a real collector. The real collectors are not on YouTube, or all of them are. And this topic may float around on that specific subject about selling and what's a real collector and all of that, or how many are on the social community. But there's some new ones that I heard this morning, and I've been trying to wrap my mind around those all day, so I thought I would ask you guys, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think that Ronan and Norman and Ellie Sue, Penelope May, are we hiding them in the closet? Did we ship them off somewhere mysterious? What in the world could have happened to them? They're not on YouTube. Oh my goodness. What are we gonna do, Sparrow? All right, guys, that's all we have for you tonight. I cannot wait to hear from all of you. I hope you had a little bit of a laugh with this video, and I will be back soon. We are sending out lots of love to you. Thanks for stopping by, and bye for now.